and I wanted to come show you all how I do my hair in a protective style. So during the winter time, my scalp and my hair gets extremely dry. The cold air really does dry out my hair more than even the heat does. And I have a lot of problems with my skin. This is a time where I have to do protective styles because my hair, it'll feel like it's, popping off very easily. And my middle kind of gets thin, so I have to do a protective style to help keep in the moisture, which will help, strengthen my hair. So what I'm going to do, a good protective style is a sew-in and braids. So I didn't feel like doing just a whole bunch of braids, because that's usually, as a black woman, that's all I go to, braids. But I have to do this myself. I don't really have the time to do a whole bunch of braids, so I'm going to do a half sew-in, half braids. So I'm going to do a sew-in in the back. Well, probably like that. It's going to be mainly sew-in, and I'm going to leave this front for some micro braids, which is a style that, I rocked in high school. So I'm just going to bring it back because it was a good protective style and it lasts for a month to 3 months, however long, I keep up the style. But, yeah, so I have some curly tracks I'm going to add in the back, and I have my I'm going to put in the front, okay? So this is my before. And, so I'm going to just take you step by step while I do it. So the first thing I have to do is I have to braid down my hair, the part that I'm going to put in the tracks. So I'm going to show you as much as I can, because I'm recording myself. So I'm going to show you as much as I can, okay? So first I'm going to get me I have some braiding hair, and this is some expression. I usually use expression braiding hair because it is the closest to my natural texture, and and it also, I wash everything that I put on my head. I wash before I put it. If it's a wig, I will wash it. If it's tracks, I'll wash the hair first. If it's braiding hair, I'll wash everything. I just soak it usually the day before, but this is some hair that I had left over, so it was already washed. I already washed it. So, that's another thing. Please wash your hair, even if it says pre-washed. You didn't wash it yourself, wash your hair, okay? Because it can have bacteria, which can cause your hair to fall out. So it'll cause, those itch mites to come in your hair, and if you leave that in your hair, you can have spots. It'll actually eat your hair. So I wash all my hair before I put it in my head, or even the client said I wash all the hair. So first, I'm going to wet this. This is a bottle that I had of some detangler, and it's just water in here. I already used all the products. This is just some water. I'm just going to spray it so it's a lot easier for me to manage. Then I'm going to use some Cat2. This is actually the deep treatment mask, but you can also use it as leave-in conditioner. So my hair is very dry right now, so I just use a little bit just to cover my hands. And I'm putting it on the part where I'm about to braid, okay? My hair needs a lot of love right now. And I'm putting a little bit more, not too much. A little goes a long way with conditioner. I want about this much. I want about this much hair. protective style, always, before and after protective style, always decondition your hair to prepare your hair for the style that you're going to do. When you don't do that, that's when you have like a bunch of breakage and damage to your hair. So it's almost like, you know, starting a painting before you do your canvas. If you want the canvas to last, you know, for a long time, you want to prepare the area. You want to prepare your canvas even before, you know, you do a paint job. You know, they treat the area that they're going to do if they're doing it right. If they're not doing it right, then they don't do that, and it doesn't last. So, treat your hair, decondition your hair before and after a protective style, okay? So I have the area that I want to put the braids in. And the braids I'm going to do, it's going to be like micros. So, because I want to have that full look. Alright, so that's going to be my braids. Okay, now I'm going to do the braids in the back with my expression hair. Sorry. With my expression hair, and then I'll come back after that. Okay, guys, I'm back. And I just wanted to show you, I put the braids in. And whenever you're doing the sewing, if you're doing it for yourself, you don't, and even if somebody else, but, you know, mainly for yourself, you don't have to try to worry about the parts being perfect. You know, just put them in there. And I was not looking in the mirror, you know, while I was doing the braid. I just parted. I wasn't trying to make sure the part was super straight because it's going to be covered anyway. Okay? So, I just part. You know, I try to make sure they're not too big because you want them to still be flat, you know, when you put your photo tracks in. So just, you know, like no bigger than medium. You don't want it to be fat because you want it to still be flat, okay? So I braid them, and then I braid them all together, and then I just sew the braid to the other braid, okay? Alright, so now I'm going to put the cap, and the cap also helps to protect the hair from the tension of the thread, which gives you protection. Protection is key for natural hair. You want to do everything to protect, even if it's an extra step, because it's going to help keep your hair as healthy as possible, as strong as possible. Okay, so usually what I do is I put this on, and then after I finish sewing, then I cut this band hair off to take that tension off. Okay, but if you want to keep it on, you can, but I usually cut that band off to take that pressure. You know how when you put like something tight on your head and that band is, you know, it gives a lot of pressure, so I normally cut that off. So just put my cap on. I'm using this cap here, and this was, I don't know, like $2.99 or something like that from the hair store. Okay. There are multiple caps as well that you can use. There are like just the net itself. But the cap, this closed cap is the easiest to use, because if you use just the net one, you want to do the net one if you need like If you're doing something more custom, but if you know, just want to keep it simple and easy, just get the closed cap. I've threaded my needle, and another tip for sewing too is to use a different colored thread than your hair, so when it's time to cut it, you'll be able to recognize it. So my hair, this is like, you know, light brown thread. I know it might be hard to see on here, but it's light brown. And my hair is a little bit darker than the thread, so, well, a lot darker than the thread. So, I just get like a neutral color. I get like a red or something like that, because that can like stick through, you know, you can see it and you don't want to do that. So normally what I do is I start off, and how you know which way to go is the flat side of the track is the side that you want to face out, and this devil side here, you want it to be laying on your scalp. Then I'm just going to come here, right at the edge of the back. I kind of threaded this thread a little too long. Okay, there we go. Let's flip that to the back. And I got this hair all twisted up, you know. Guess it would have been easier to cut, huh? Then you want to go like an inch from that, from here. So an inch, just, you know, a rule of thumb. The inches from here to that first line. So all those lines on there mark an inch. So from there to there is how far apart you want to do your knots whenever you're sewing. So I just hold it. And I stick it in. Okay. And to knot it, what I do is I stick it through the loop while I'm pulling, and that'll create a knot. And then you just continue to pull. Take this part here, and I'm going to stick it through that needle and then pull the needle through to make my knot. Okay, I just want to show you all this trick, because when I was doing this earlier, laying down the tracks, it was getting kind of tangled. So what you can also do, lay the track where you want it to go, like that, and just make sure you can hide. It should be about a half inch of space in between this track from the next one, if you want it to be, you know, just a natural feel and not like no volume, because I don't want it to be too, I still want it to have like natural volume look to it, not like a whole bunch of hair. So what I did is I laid it down where I wanted to go, and then I put the little pin in it, and then I'm going to go and sew it, okay? So I just wanted to show y'all that. That'll kind of help to kind of keep the hair in place whenever you're sewing, okay? And I just kind of finger comb little bit just to give it a little bit more fullness. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I sewed in all of the back, sewed it in. I have half of the front done. I'll show you how I do. Do like one, and then I'll back to show you the finish. Okay. But yeah, when I braid with the micro braids or the single braids, whatever you want to call them, all I do is really pull from the hair, from the section that I want to do. I don't part it because I don't have to be perfect, basically. I just pull, I pinch off, and then I put a little moisturizer on it. Put a little moisturizer on the mid strand to the end, and then on the very top part, I don't put it on the scalp, I just put it on hair. And the reason why I don't put it on the scalp is because I don't want to cause buildup to my hair. I want to keep it as clean as possible, but I want the style to not be frizzy. So I put it on the hair itself and not on my scalp. Okay. So I just take a little of the Hicks. I use the Hicks edge control because I believe that this edge control works the best for natural hair. It doesn't flake. And it gives good moisture, shine, and frizz control without all the flaking. Okay, so like I said, I just come right here. I don't put it on my scalp. Very beginning of the hair. Okay. And then like I said, I'm doing the chocolate like style. So as you can see, I do one row of black and then the next row of brown, then black and brown. So right now I am on the brown. So let's get this out of the way. And then when I get done, this is human hair, so I'm gonna take my flat iron. Finished sewing. Okay, so I'm finished braiding. I'm finished sewing. Making a big mess. I'm sorry, a lot of noise. Alright, so I just gotta curl it. I have my flat iron on 250. I'm going to curl this to look close as possible to that. So first, whenever you're curling hair that's not human, you want to test it first. I'm going to just kind of, make sure it's human. You still want to see what it does. So, alright, so it's holding heat pretty well. Oh, perfect. Okay. Alright, so we're going to continue. I'll pin it up. See how the curls is kind of, I guess they work, huh? They look alright. So I'll just leave some down. I don't know why I can't find the pin right now, but I don't know, but I'm just going to use this little one here. Hi, all my lovely beauties. So I'm back, and this is the finished product. I just kind of played with it, and I just put it, you know, across one side that way and the other side that way, and just put a pin in it. And I did that after I curled it, so the ends of the braiding hair would blend in with the curls, okay? And then I just kind of pulled a couple down just to give it like that, you know, nice feminine look. But I am so grateful for everyone who's watching this video, and I would really appreciate your comments and your subscriptions. And please let me know what other videos, what other hairstyles, what other recipes you would like to see me cook up. And yeah, I'm just here to serve you and give you some great life, videos, show you how to take care of your natural hair. Again, this was a nice protective style that I used to do when I was younger, that I had to do for the winter to keep my hair nice and healthy and moisturized and protected from the cold weather, okay? So yes, I appreciate everyone who's watching the video, and I'm grateful, and you all have a great day. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Baby, what you wishing for? Maybe you should wish it more. Maybe